And welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. Last time we made it to the Lumine Hall, your sanctuary spot, but we kind of had a few issues. So, there were also more issues off-screen than on-screen, actually. I reloaded an earlier story point by accident, so I actually had to replay the Starman base. It wasn't too big of a deal, but actually because of that, I'm actually level 64 now, because I basically went out and made a save point outside the Starman base, in case I so desire to go for the Sword of Kings, save for a bonus video, which, don't count on it, because I actually tried a little bit on my own, and I had no luck whatsoever, so don't expect a Sword of Kings video. Hate to say it. That being said, we can actually still get an item for Pooh, though. It is the item down here. So come down here, then go up, and hopefully those enemies won't snipe us. By the way, I actually stocked up on teddy bears for the road. Okay, let's actually fight these guys. These guys are easy. They're not a problem. They're fobbies. So we're just gonna put this on auto, because they're actually not a threat to us, because they're actually pretty straightforward. So, one other thing is, yeah, don't accidentally mess up sword points when working on Let's Play, because that sucks. Secondly, I actually don't know how many teddy bears I bought. I bought a ton off screen, but I actually don't remember how many. I think I bought like 4? 3 or 4. Just because that last attempt went so badly, I decided to stock up. So we have 3 there. Oh, just 3. Okay. Cool. So that should get us through this next area pretty easily. I actually wasn't really paying attention to that fight because I'm actively trying to figure out where to go using a map. But here we are. The Diadem of Kings. This is for Pooh, of course. Oh, okay. So, swap one of the plush bears over to Ness. By the way, even if we didn't have, that much trouble here, the next area is actually a little bit difficult, so I would still recommend having a ton of plush bears just in case. Though the concept is actually really hilarious with the next area, now that I think about it. So we still have one more item for Pooh that we haven't gotten yet, so we can find that, I think, in the next area. Those enemies explode, so I'm going to try to avoid it. Avoid fighting it, but it doesn't look like that's happening. Uncontrollable sphere. Yeah, we're probably a little bit over leveled, so we should have no difficulty running from most things here. Most being the key phrase. Because, yeah, I was actually doing some off-screen attempts, but, it didn't go quite so well. I don't remember if those are the conducting spirits or the other ones. So I am gonna try to play a little bit safe here and try to not get into a battle with a lot of these guys. Even if it involves climbing a ladder, infinitely. Okay, that was actually pretty close. I thought it was gonna hit me, but oh well. This is fun, isn't it? But hey, there's nothing up there at least, so we should have an easy time getting to the ladder, conducting spirits, so I don't want to mess with these guys. Let's just try to finish them as quickly as possible. Now, I do have a guide open, so, well, that was a good luck. That was also good luck. 2 Franken badges. So take out 1. So this PSI Rockin' should finish him off. And no. Well, that's a problem. PSI Flash Beta is actually an insta-kill. Oops. I think Pooh actually goes before Ness. So, yeah, we're actually gonna have him do this. I think Omega is actually a full heal. Welp, that was unfortunate. Okay. No one even got a level up for that, so that was really not worth the trouble. So I think Pooh also took damage, but I actually forgot, so I'm just gonna use the PSI Alpha. Yeah, he actually did take more than 100 damage. Cool. Trying to face him so we don't get a back attack with these guys. Because there's only one, I'm actually just gonna try to auto battle this and pray. Okay, that's just Alpha, so we should be fine. Doubly so if you get crits like that. So, by the way, if you actually do have a certain item, you can give yourself resistance to PSI Flash. I think it's total immunity from every variant of the move. So when we get that item, we want to give it to Ness. Now, it might not make much sense to give it to a most OP character who seems to not be affected by Flash too much, but we want to give it to Ness, or we will be screwed later on. Like, I am not trying to hype up something that isn't bad, because this is actually pretty bad. I've seen runs end extremely badly, not runs, but like playthroughs that end in a lot of frustration because PSI Flash can be an insta-kill, so you want Ness to have it for a particular scenario late game. Now, what scenario is that? I'm not saying quite yet, so now I'm a little bit lost. Okay, I'm not lost anymore. We need to go up here. I know in the past I've said I don't like using maps for dungeons, and I like to try to figure them out on my own, but this area is a little bit, dangerous, so I kind of want to make short work of it, if that makes sense, because of just how hard everything hits here. I should have bought more bottle rockets too, now that I think about it, if I wanted an easy time, but then again, it is kind of cheap just using rockets on everything. This is a luck capsule. Who has the worst luck? 76, 82, 43, and 84. So, there's two ways you can actually look at this. You can either give it to the people who already have good luck and hope they just crit everything, or give it to the character who's down on their luck. So I'm actually going to give this to Ness, I think. Because Jeff doesn't seem to get that many crits. By the way, off-screen, speaking of Jeff, we got the heavy bazooka, through crafting, and also the defense shower. I don't remember what the broken items were that resulted in these, because that part was recorded a long time ago, the last one. And I also got another defense spray, but I tossed it because this is full party. Defense spray is just one member, so obviously to keep the better item. Okay, this is not a good matchup. We're gonna try to run, just because, again, the orb will self-destruct, which is bad. In this game in particular, I just do not like dealing with enemies that self-destruct. I just would rather avoid them outright, whenever possible. Now, what was this again? Hyper-spinning robot, okay. Yeah, we're running pretty well, and I wonder how much of it has to do with our luck stat being really good at the moment. So we're just fighting the one, which I'm all for. I don't remember how much health this has, actually. Okay, that's why I brought the bear. Just in case. I think for this whole playthrough, not just, you know, the parts I've hyped up as being difficult, but for the whole playthrough, I've actually been over-prepared. And that's not a bad thing per se, but it is just something to note. Hey, look at that. The stat I wanted to go up actually went up. That was actually pretty lucky. I'm okay with that. If it's Jeff again, it's bad. Okay, so we have to kind of rush through this fight now, which Ness made it really easy to rush through this fight, so yay, we lived. Everybody lives. By this point in the game, I tend to just use PSI. I don't use healing items hardly ever, but then again, I generally don't when I play RPGs. I tend to just keep items as sort of backups in case I run out of healing spells, but normally I do prefer using healing spells to items, just because with items you risk using an important item and then being kind of out of luck. Say you use a good item and then it's the only one like it, so you're kind of stuck. Wait a minute, does this go to the same place? I'm actually just double checking where this actually goes, and I'm pretty sure we can get to the boss either way. And that this way might be better actually, so we're going up here. If the map is right. That's a lot of hobbies. These are not a threat though, so we should be fine. Auto battle, and hope it works out for us. Now, where are we exactly? So we need to go left, I think. Wait a minute. Which ladder did we go up again? We went up that ladder, so... Hey, level 62. We need to go left. And drop down that hole there. Luckily it's only the Fobbies, it's not the, any other... the robot. It doesn't feel like pushing buttons during auto battle speeds it up that much, but it does seem to speed it up a little bit. So if you want to go even faster, you can just button mash, which is always a fun time. Just button mashing endlessly. The game. Couple life noodles, that is well worth our troubles. So we want to go down here, especially before the enemy. The reason I just paused like that, in case you're wondering, is I was afraid of what could happen. Just in case an enemy decided to try to sneak up on us. Right as we landed, I wanted to heal, just in case. But we're fine. It's all good. Magic butterflies, so we have more psychic power now. And here's a bottle of... wait, what? It's a luxury jerky. The on the other path to the right, where we went up the one ladder. If you go follow that path, you get a bottle of DX water. That's why I said that. Oops, wrong one. We can actually get that on the way out if we so desire, because the ladder is just over there. Okay, I'm going back down. Partially to avoid as many encounters as I want, partially just because it's kind of making the game lag to uncomfortable degrees. It's like, is the game gonna crash because there are too many Fobbies? See, now here the game isn't lagging, so I feel like I can just sort of stroll into it. So far, this playthrough's actually gone pretty well. To the point where I actually sometimes question what's going to go wrong and where. I mean, there was one place we did die quite a bit inside the pyramid. We kind of had trouble. But other than the pyramid, all the areas I was afraid of actually went really well. Again, Foresight Department I over-prepared for. Pyramid I lucked out. And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, so far this has actually been a pretty smooth playthrough on the whole. Just double checking, we're good to go. You finally got here. This is the 7th Your Sanctuary location, but it's mine now. Take it from me if you dare. This is Electrospectre. He has a shield. Never mind. I actually don't know what to do here, and I actually let's do this. Let's put up a shield and then use a bottle rocket. Okay, that's a good start. 1659. So now we're shielded from PSI. Which is good, because this guy uses PSI attacks, if I'm not mistaken. I like how he even protected the teddy bear. Welp, that could have gone better. But here's the thing. Think about it this way. Now his shield is gone. So whether that was a good call, I'm not entirely sure, unless he puts his shield back up and I'm screwed by doing this. Which could happen, by the way. That is a possibility, that I'm actually just setting myself up for failure. Or not. That's body, Paul's body, Jeff's body, and Pooh's body. Didn't protect the Electrospectors, that was good. So we can still use PSI on him, even though he can't use PSI on us. That was really smooth, and again, it's partly because I prepared for it, but oh well. 63. It's level 60. Wow, Paul actually surpassed Jeff's level. I actually didn't notice that until now. Probably because of level stats and such. In any case, we're free to head to our next Your Sanctuary location. Ness saw a vision of his father holding him. Ness's sandstone recorded the melody of Lumine Hall. This is honestly my favorite Your Sanctuary location just because it looks very visually unique. But off we go to our next destination. And welcome to a new, very unique area. Where the heck are we? On this map I need one of those "you are here" dots. Because I legit have no clue where I am. Yeah, I'm looking for any identifying landmarks, but there really aren't any. Well, this area sucks. I'm gonna put that right as directly as I can. This area kind of sucks. I'm not a fan. It's because it's very slow going. Oh, there we are. I see us. Okay, so, that shaking was because of a geyser, if I'm not mistaken. Case in point. And this geyser is cool, right? It actually will restore your health and psychic points. Problem, when you're nearby it, it shakes, and that's really, really annoying to actually try to navigate through, especially because there are geysers everywhere. By the way, those enemies are actually giant dinosaurs, so let's not fight the giant dinosaur, shall we? Now what is over there? There are items here, full disclosure. In case of danger, evacuate here. The boss. It just makes me think a big boss. I turned around because I thought he was actually going to be able to catch up to me, but he didn't, so I was like, oh shoot, I just set myself up for failure. It's brain-free lunch, this is definitely worth our time. There's that, and now we want to go. This is slow going, and hitboxes make no bloody sense here. Sometimes it looks like you should be able to run through something when you actually can't, and it gets really frustrating. by the way, the dinosaurs, if I'm not mistaken, are weak to PSI freeze. So if you really want to try to fight them, that's the way to do it. I personally do not. Besides, I'm already a little bit over-leveled, so I don't want to push it too much. One problem with beginnings, I feel, is I was a little bit over-leveled. Not a ton. Oh, I have to fight this dinosaur. Fun. What dinosaur? So, was it fire or freeze? Well, let's try freeze. What's the worst that could happen, really? Yep, must have been freeze. Because that did a fair amount of damage. He should be able to be finished off with regular attacks. Yep. So now we want to go up left. This is slow going. I'm gonna manipulate the dinosaur so he tries to follow us, but the pond is in the way, and now the trees are in the way. I'm doing this on purpose. It's not an accident. I intentionally try to position myself so the dinosaurs can't reach me very easily, to make it a little bit more navigable. Is that a word? That is right? So Apollo got the sea pendant. Remember what I was just saying. Sea pendant must be equipped on your body. Protects you from fire, freeze, and flash attacks. So, we want to give this to Ness ASAP. For something coming up not too soon, but in the near future. But I'm going to equip it now because I have no memory, and I will forget if I don't equip it now. So, for reference, this is where the sea pendant is. Might as well give the night pendant to Apollo then. He looks decent here though, at least. Those are the same stats, so you probably just block different status effects. So up in this little alcove here, yeah, diagonals are a little bit weird. But in that little alcove up here, if you follow that little river, on this side, on the left side, if you go up like there, you can find a guts capsule. Raises your guts. I'm not really gonna go for that because I feel like it's just gonna get us in trouble. Where are we trying to go anyway? You guys smell really good. Who am I? I'm a tender. Hey, what are you doing inside a dinosaur cage? I'm going to open the door and get you out of there right now. I'm the boss, so I will let you out. Thank you for the tender crown. The awful smell surrounding the group is now gone. So this bird is actually a phone. Yeah, interesting. So I have a lot of money on hand. So yes, I am going to try to shop. Ultimate Bat. Just makes me think of how to put this without spoiling it. What was it? There's a number in Danganronpa, and I was gonna say that number because anyone who has played Danganronpa will get what I'm referring to by this and how it relates to the Ultimate Bat, but I don't remember what the number was. It was like 73011? I think it was 73011. But yeah, if you play Danganronpa, you'll get what I'm referring to. If not, oh well. So, yes. I'm actually double checking. There's apparently an area called the Cave to the Past that we can actually access right now, but it actually doesn't help us any at the moment. We can basically walk in there and not do anything, but we have to approach it from the other side to actually do something, so we're not actually gonna take a look at that. I was just double checking if that's actually needed. What the frick is that? And why is it trying to rush towards me? So we need to go kind of around the mountains. The Cave to the Past, by the way, should be the cave entrance right over there. But yeah, to me that just feels like sort of unnecessary stop. It's a dead end, basically, if you approach it from this side, but later on we'll have a way to actually enter there from the other side, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what game is it that has the same problem that I'm going to talk about? Hey, look at there. There's the Cloak of Kings. The Cloak of Kings is the last of Pooh's equips. So he is basically as geared up as he can be, minus the Sword of Kings, which, screw that. By the way, I guess Pooh can equip some weapons, like yo-yos, but it actually lowers his attack no matter what, so he's actually better off using his fists. I could have sworn there was a photo man here, but then again, how would that work? So yeah, I must be mistaken on that. I know I haven't really done too much, but I am gonna take advantage of the spring, I think. I don't know how actually to use it. Check. Maybe just stand here. See what happens. Of course, now it's not working. Game? Cooperate? Okay, no, bye. In case of danger, evacuate here. So, this is a tenda. Here the dinosaurs don't come and attack me, so I can relax, except now I can't get out. So, we are actually going to very quickly, we have so much money, we are going to save here. Because we're actually entering the last main dungeon of the game, believe it or not. We're almost to the end of EarthBound. Oh, of course, now the geyser goes off. Thanks, game. But see that cave entrance? That's our next destination. Okay, you can go through the trees. Cool. I could probably go through those trees too, but I didn't actually think to try it. I mean, how hard would it be to outrun a dinosaur? Probably pretty difficult, but Ness somehow manages. In any case, we have now entered our last stop on this journey, the Fire Springs. So this area is probably going to be a little bit tough, but we do have a couple pretty difficult bosses, which is going to be fun to try to get through. So we'll be tackling that next time. So thank you for watching, and hope you join me next time for more EarthBound.